Hello and welcome back to the 4 County Real Estate Show. I'm your host, Kevin Carey with Caliber Home Loans. I've got Krista Sutherland and Pat Messet.
Morning.
They are with the Messet Home Team of RE/MAX Realty Center in Albany. Thank you both for joining us.
Hey, thank you.
So listen guys, we just got done doing a video talking about the market and why there are not houses on the market. This is kind of a follow-up video, which is, look, I'm a seller. I just got done listening to your video. I want to move, but there's not enough inventory. I'm scared to death that I'm gonna put my house on the market and it's gonna go like that. And now I don't have a place to go. So now I'm waiting. I'm waiting to put my house on the market until I see something that I like before I even really start this process. Obviously right now we understand that you can't put a house with any contingencies, right? Especially one of home to sell or getting it under contract or whatever it may be. Those are your two kisses of death when there's a contingency for your current house that you've got to move. So why don't we talk a little bit about this market and how sellers are in the driver's seat and can really control that fear so that they can still put their house on the market, know exactly what type of dollar they're going to get to be able to then go buy with some assurance that they're not going to lose a place to live, right? So Pat, why don't we start with you this time? Go ahead.
Yeah, in a normal market, you decide to sell your house. Put the sign in front of the house. Nice house, good neighborhood. It's going to sell within 30 days, 30 to 45 days.
Right.
And in the meantime, you're looking around another property to find out. Okay, that's changed. Now the seller's in charge, and it's a genuine issue that you have to sell your house before you buy another house, just from a financial point of view. So how do we get around that? Well, it is a strong seller's market, so sellers can say, look, we're going to have a contingency that says we have 60 days to find our home of choice. Right. Or we don't have to go through with the deal. Or maybe you look for alternate living arrangements with family members, because in some neighborhoods in Montgomery County, now is the time to go. To the tune of, you're probably going to net $50,000 to $75,000 more in March right now, I know that, than you might in June. So it's really worth paying a little bit of expense even to go to temporary living and say $2,500 or $3,000 a month. It makes financial sense depending on what you're doing and where you're going.
Gotcha. So Krista, obviously that's one strategy. Tell me what else people are doing right now, these sellers that really drive the boat, that gives them the flexibility to not be fearful to put their house on the market.
Sure. I think flexibility, that word, is the key, even with sellers. Moving is stressful. I think a lot of people wonder, well, what am I going to do with my possessions if I'm sort of in this in-between,
right,
where my house is getting ready to sell or it's under contract and I'm not quite sure where I'm going to go. And actually, movers are very well equipped to handle that type of situation. They do it all the time. It's not a problem for them. So, I would say for sellers just to keep that in mind. And then you need to call on friends or family members and say, hey, can I bunk out at your house for a month here or so while things, while we get things straightened out. So that's another twist on what to do. As Pat mentioned, just temporary housing is definitely, sometimes it's really in someone's benefit. Gives them a chance to figure out. I have friends, they recently just moved to Colorado. They're renting for a year. They sold their house here so they can go into that market. They know the area because they're going to rent for a while, and they've got cash.
Right.
And cash is king. Cash talks in this market.
All right, well listen, you hear us talk about buyer's market, seller's market. Look, the seller's market that we're in right now is truly one of the strongest seller's market that I've seen in 20 years of being in this business. And what I mean is, you really can name your terms. Like Pat was saying, house of choice contingency. Hey, look, you know what? Yeah, we'll accept your offer, but you gotta give me 60 days to go find something myself. And buyers are saying, look, I'll take that all day long because there's not no inventory out there that whatever you want, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, will give you. So if you're thinking about your house on the market, and you need to understand or you have any fears, reach out to Pat, Krista. Their contact information is behind me. They will walk you through the process. They will explain everything to you and take away some of those fears. Okay? Pat, Krista, thank you so much again for being here today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we hope
Pleasure.
you guys liked the show. And if you did, please hit the subscribe button below. Have a great day. All right, bye-bye.